Hello, welcome back to D-Day at Tarawa. This is my part 20. And just about to start turn 11, which maybe I wasn't quite aware of. I knew the second event card came in and the US Engineering HQ phase came in. And, I should have clicked that with the actual start of the extended turns, but for some reason, I don't know, I didn't quite think about all that. But this is when this happens. Yeah, you think I've never played these games before? Like I say, mind like a sieve, really. I've got to keep on top of these games. If I could put this away and come back to it next year, maybe not even a year away, and still have the same trouble. This whole carry on with position groups and position hexes. Well, we're watching that back, thinking I should be on top of that. Even the comment John Butterfield made back then that was his intention all along with all the D-Day games, that it's the same kind of setup. So why I had trouble. Yeah, I guess it's just me and how I do things. I mean, you know what? As long as I don't make the mistake. I might talk about it wrongly. As long as I get it right and before it actually matters, then I think that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, Rule 15 extended turn. So beginning with turn 11. Yeah, well, that's where we are, Grant. The timescale shifts from 30 minutes to 1 hour. 1 hour per turn, affecting several game functions. You draw 2 event cards per turn. So yeah, and one's before the Japanese fire phase, one's just after. The number of US units a Japanese position may hit when firing is increased by 1. Okay. Yeah, and the rule that I wish it kind of said in here is the one that that the US units can take more than one hit. I kind of feel like that could have been there as well, as in the sort of that being an important game function. It does tell you. Does it not tell you? It tells you when it talks about the losses from Japanese fire, just further down. But I just feel like that could have been added there, just to, because I remember when I first read that and I thought, oh right, okay, it doesn't talk about that. The limits are 6.34, and it says down here the limits are 6.34 do not apply in the extended game. But just in here, I think would have been nicer. But anyway. Your units may move up to 3 hexes per turn on land and in water. Oh, that's a jackpot. Because remember I was saying that full strength infantry unit we've got is not going to hit the beach. Well, it is. I'm sure some of you spotted that one. Because you knew I was moving on to turn 11 and this was kicking off. I'm just looking across there. It's the only one that's 3 hexes away from the beach. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I suppose we might be able to take a chance with him, maybe. We'll see. You may eliminate a Japanese unit and its depth mark on a single US attack. That's based on the attack results and the charts. Yeah, whereas up until turn 10, we might have only just be able to eliminate the depth marker and disrupt the unit. Now we can eliminate both, I think. In some cases. Anyway, so US artillery units may conduct a barrage action. Well, we've not got any artillery units. I think the only way of bringing one of them in is through an event. Whether there's some that come in. It's engineer, tank, infantry. No, so not there anyway. Tank, infantry. No, there's actually no artillery units that come in normally. There is some. Hope I'm not missing something. I don't think you can see these. There's one there, and you can see that E. I'm guessing is in reference to event, isn't it? Probably. The D+2 in there, you can see that. I think that's one of the optional ones. But there's another artillery unit that's got an E on it. So they must come in through event. We've not drawn in any of them. you know what, they might not even start until turn 11, the events. You know how the events are split up into different turns and whatever. So, anyway, they may conduct the barrage action. I'm guessing it's probably not as easy as it is barraging as a tank, as was in the previous game. So we shall see. It probably needs to be in command for sure. US headquarters units may establish command posts to increase the range of their command. Yeah, well, we talked about that the end of last turn. And then we talked about this as well. Engineer units with a support capability generate support markers, which may be expended to establish a garrison, remove disruption from a US unit, give a free action to a US unit, or provide a weapon wildcard in a US attack. So, yeah, they are really good to have, clearly. So there, the sequence of play just changes up a little bit. Tells you in turns 11 through 30, sequence of play follows the basic structure of sequence of play and rules. Section 3, with the modification and addition noted below. So US amphibious operation phase, as in the basic sequence of play. However, units moving water hexes may move 3 hexes instead of 2. So we're going to benefit from that. Just with one unit, but it's quite important. I think that's quite a good one. First event, we draw an event card and implement an event. Nothing changed there. Japanese fire phase, as in the basic sequence of play. Second event, so draw another event card and implement the event listed for the current turn. Some events, oops, sorry, that's my empty cans toppling over a little. Some events apply only in the first event phase. If drawn in the second event phase, treat as no event. Skip this phase on turn 30. Right. Yeah, I want to say I blundered with that in my Omaha playthrough. That part there, skip this phase on turn 30. I'm pretty sure I carried on drawing an event. So whether I'll stay switched on to that one when we get there, if we get there, we shall see. And then the engineering HQ phase, well, we've just kind of been over that, you know, take a support marker, spend support markers, convert HQ, so maybe not go through all that. US action phase, as in the basic, except that situations which US units may perform actions for free is expanded to include the following: a unit within the command range of an HQ command post, a unit for which you spend a support marker. Yeah, so you can get free actions. The command range sort of, let's move that up a little bit. The command range kicks in and allows free moves within the range, etc. End the turn, as in the basic sequence of play, and discard any unused support markers. So yeah, so there you go. You don't get to carry them over. Right, okay. Good, because I wasn't that sure about that, to be honest. There you go. Yeah, I think that would be too good if you could keep them. So you've got to use them. So there you go. Let's make the most of them. I'm sure I'll be wanting more. Never mind having leftovers. But well, you never know. Right, and there's the losses from Japanese fire. The number of US units that may be hit by a Japanese position or position group conducting regular fires increased by 1. For example, a lone unit firing may hit 2 units, while a position group with 2 units and 1 depth marker may hit 4 units. This increase does not apply to mortar and artillery fire. So remember that, Grant. And then here's the bit that I feel like maybe should be up top. It might just be me. Maybe I'm being picky. US unit may lose more than 1 step in a single Japanese fire phase when hit by fire from more than 1 Japanese position. So the limits of 6.34 do not apply in extended game. However, a US unit may lose no more than 1 step by fire from a single position or position group in a single phase. And that exception is 30.2M, which is what it says the tank multi-fire thing, I think. Maybe. I think so. So, so you've got to remember, and this is where I'll probably try and track my hits a bit better, because you want to make sure you know what's been hit, what's taken a hit from what as well. It might be, there's never that much going on really, it's probably not really needed. But, I mean, that's a nasty one, really, because it does mean that if you go blue and green firing into a hex and the unit's sitting there with a triangle and steady fire, and it's blue and green with a triangle on the card, then the blue's going to fire and hit, then the green's going to fire and hit. So it's going to take the two hits, and it doesn't say 2 hits they can take. It can it just, there's no limit. So we could go to the extreme in blue, green, and red, firing into the 1 hex, and you're sitting there with a 3-step unit that matches the symbol and steady fire. I think that'd be awful unlucky, but yeah, they could all fire and all hit it and wipe it right out. I believe, yes. That's a pleasant thought, isn't it? So 3 hex movement. I'll just get up to the command post bit here. So, US unit performing a move action on land, they move up to 3 hexes. However, the unit must stop moving upon entering a hex in the intense field of fire, not off a non-disrupted enemy unit, or a hex adjacent to an enemy unit, even if disrupted. So, exactly the same, but it can move 3. Artillery barrage action, probably going to come back to that when if we've got some artillery. We don't have, so let's not do that. Landing on Beach Green, if playing the 2 days in hell or 21st of November, units scheduled to land on turn 28 are placed in the G Beach approach hex on turn 27. Right, well that's a good way away as well, so I don't need to bother looking at that. Then we kick in talking about command posts, and which, yeah, I'm going to have to look over. I just don't want to spend all my time with that. Tells you all about command posts, and then we move on to engineer support markers. We're probably going to need to know a bit more about this first, because I'm not so sure I'm going to establish a command post just yet. Well, actually, I don't think I can. Where I've got my, because I moved that HQ. I was watching couple of the moves and thought I could have done things a bit better, I think. So yeah, that engineering support markers, and then the victory check part. Overnight turn is turn 16, which is on the next page here. So okay, yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm probably going to have to, once we get to the USA engineering HQ phase, I'm going to have a wee think about what we're doing, okay? Yeah, there was a couple of things I was watching. Was it this? We switched this about again. I need to remember what I'm doing, so these aren't that way. Yeah, because see this here. See that situation there? See if I had chose to move my HQ here. Right, I was worried about this, reinforcing, this moving into it, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not in communication, because this tank controls this hex, and they can't trace communication into the beach. So that is actually safe like that, and I could add my HQ in here, and he's sitting in a position where I could have established a command post, could have built a command post here, because it's not in the field of fire. However, this one is, and that's because of this tank extending its field of fire 1 hex. So if I had put my HQ there, this would have been safe. Well, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't have been safe from. And you know what, funnily enough, that's another blue position. I was making a wee joke of the blue eye, because a blue eye there, that's another blue one, and I think fortunately I decided to cover this one up, didn't I? In the end I moved that tank, but it was basically because I thought there was no chance of me getting the barrage, because the card that was shown in the last card drawn was a brown diamond, and I felt that's a waste. What's the odds of me drawing another brown diamond? So I decided to move that and cover that. But that would have been another situation where it could have reinforced with a blue diamond, a blue eye. So and that would have been one as well. But a normal reinforce would not have been possible there, because, like I say, the tank, it doesn't have to be a 2-step tank, it just says a tank. I'm not going to look for that, because that's my understanding. So they would not have been able to trace communication through there or there, because it's a beach hex, and obviously there's no way through there, and they're beach hexes as well. So that was a bit of a blunder. Yeah, it was. And they were sitting, this is just all vulnerable. I feel like I'm just waiting to get taken out. Eh? Well, we need these guys ashore. And the other one that I'd noticed, and maybe some of you would have noticed as well, When this tank was here, and I was talking about moving. I was talking about possibly moving this one two into here to maybe I get to have a go at this tank, and I thought, well, that's 7 against 3. Now he doesn't get doubled, even though he's in a building, but we don't have the weapons because that's a machine gun and a flamethrower. The tank will give us a machine gun, but we don't have the flamethrower. However, where we could have got it from was this. If this had been on here, we could have used the hero wild card for the machine gun and being able to take that guy out, which would have been nice. I mean, okay, this tank could fire this time and spoil all that plan, but well, I don't know. He's not gonna. What's that? He's not gonna disrupt anything. However, again, I've not made that move. So he was here still, wasn't he? The other thing about that though is I would have needed an action to have moved that guy, and it would have left this vulnerable to, what was it? Redeploy, reinforce, etc. So at least with that, it doesn't allow it, and with that, it doesn't allow anything, even the eye action. So, but I feel like I'm backing off from everything. I'm just backing off, and I'd like to be able to back this guy off as well to try and keep him alive, but I don't want to give up this position. So, and I know I had the HQ in there, but to be honest, I was watching a bit of that back, thinking that is risky, like, because that could just as easily mean all it needs is a purple, or a yellow. In fact, is it not sitting in something else? No, it's just blue. A purple or a yellow star. And that HQ would have been hit in that position. And in fact, even when he's sitting just now, a yellow star is probably going to take him out. Unless it has... it would. Unless it has a diamond on it. Oh, well, no. It will not matter because it's going to hit 2. Well, no. It's going to hit 3 now because we're moving an extended turn. So this is really vulnerable. Okay, we're going to get our guys landed this time. So hopefully that can help things. But we'll see. Right, okay, I'm 17 minutes in and I haven't turned a wheel yet, so we should probably get on with it. So you got to remember that extended turns kicked in Grant. So more hits. We can move 3 hexes, land and water, so remember that. And they can hit more stuff. The other things kind of all come to me, yeah. Okay, so, landing, there's no landing checks, anything like that, and again, we've got a wee while to wait before we're going to be putting in the beach landing boxes. But we do have some wading ashore to do, so all these guys can now hit the land. I remember someday when I was looking for the questions regarding wading ashore, and somebody was saying, what if you were here and you were able to move 2, could you move 1 on the beach and could you move further? And I suppose in this situation, the fact we can move 3 hexes, 1, 2, can I continue on another hex? Martin had answered that with, I think, good question to start with, but he believed he worked it out that it wasn't something you could do. What he said did give a good explanation, as he always does. Sorry, Martin. But I can't remember what it was. Because I'm not got the post in front of me. But I would have thought you couldn't do it either. It's you're wading ashore as soon as you're getting ashore, I don't think. And whether the actual answer is confirmed out there in another thread, that's quite possible as well. But I'm not even going to entertain that one. I'm just going to move these guys onto the beach, and this guy. See, the thing with this guy is I could take a bit more action. Well, I could even put him here, but there's not a difference between the two really, because blue that's firing in there, but we've got blue covered, so. Right, sorry, got dragged away there. I'm going to puff. There's somebody at the door. I'm just looking at this just before I pressed record again there. Yeah, I just realised I can move this guy into here, can't I? And then at first I thought, well, okay, I can move that guy in there, but I'm not adjacent to this. But this guy can actually move into here, or here for that matter. And then we could have that at range. I mean, well, I'm saying, do you need all that? Well, maybe not, but this is going to give a free action to whoever's here. And that would certainly help. Is this getting doubled up? No, it's not. So, whereas that one is. I don't know though. I don't know where we should be concentrating on. That's the thing. I don't know what the best thing to do here is. These tanks are a pain. They really are. I mean, they're threatening this position all the time. I mean, this should be a fine position because it's only blue that fires into it, and we've got blue. But with these tanks, it's like it means that yellow's firing into there and purple's firing into there. So that's how do our tanks not get an extended? Well, I suppose they get 7 range, don't they? Yeah, but I can't go and attack that with that, can I? Yeah, anyway. Of course, going up against these tanks, they're sitting in intense purple. In fact, this intense purple actually comes to here, so getting at that guy's ridiculous. He's got double intense purple right round it, as in it stretches out 2 hexes right the way around them. Apart from that hex there. Okay, that's the only hex. That's got steady purple fire, but then that's intense. These are all intense, and then these are all intense, apart from that one that's steady. So what? I mean, come on. This is something similar, actually. The yellow is something similar, isn't it? We've got a steady there, but you're going to have to go into intense to try and take that tank on. That's brutal. Well, the one thing you can do about the tanks, they're revealed, so you can attempt to barrage them. But look at the state of my tanks now. We lost one, then this other one got hit, reduced. Another one on there got hit, reduced. So I've got this. So I'm going to need a yellow diamond to disrupt that, or a purple diamond to disrupt that. What is that? See, that's intense yellow as well. It's not as if taking that guy out and then coming in there helps me at all either, does it? Right, well, I think these two here I should land as I said. It does mean that they're going to be along this side, and they're pretty strong units. But going for any of these things it's the same as that one across the bird's beak area where I had to move into intense fire with 2 units and then just keep your fingers crossed. All these are the same. And like I've even pointed out, these tanks are even worse. Well, okay, this one, moving at this position first, then hopefully yellow doesn't fire, then move into there and into there, and then keep your fingers crossed. Well, again, there is the possibility of barrage, I suppose. But I have to go to this one measly wee tank. Right, so, okay, let's do what we had planned with this. So that's good. Go 1, 2 into there, and we could have a go at that. I mean, he's not. I thought he was got all the weapons. He's not. Well, hopefully I've got the spare action to be able to use this guy to get to range as well, to join him at range. So he's going to go 1, 2 into here. So now, if I can afford the action to spend on that, we've got both of these guys could attack this position. That's also assuming that green doesn't fire with a triangle on it, because then that would hit this guy and disrupt him, and that would be that. So, and this guy's important to get on to get us our what is it, our support markers. So yeah, I probably want to put him in there. So do I want to mess about with this? Do I want to go 1, 2, 3 maybe, and then 1, 2, 3, and then have that situation where there's no palm trees in the way here to reduce their fire? Same with this one, is there? Because remember, palm trees in between or half a range fire from an infantry unit, that is. So there's none of that. But that right away, I need an action for that to join the fight. And then if I do what I'm saying there, I'm going to need an action for that unit to join the fight as well. So yeah, so it looks like yeah, I could get all 3 of these in here now that we know that we've got 3. We can move 3 hexes though, and they could all have free action. But then what good is that? Am I not better having a go at this? So maybe I will put these guys in here maybe. So, well, you need to be sure, Grant. I think what the plan here is maybe to try and barrage that. It depends. It depends what they do. They're going to get to go first, remember. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, I can just put these guys back here. Well, actually, I could put that guy in there and then that guy in there if I really wanted to. Yeah, something like that. Oh, let's just go with that. I'm putting too much thought into it. Although I feel like I'm putting too much thought into it, and then I watch myself back and I think, Grant, why did you do that? You could have made a better job of that. But I know I'm not going to, do everything perfectly, strategically correct, and I'm clearly not going to make the right moves. As always, the purpose is to do things by the rules properly, so, yeah, so looking, as we've got things just now, and if things were to go in our favour, I've got paid for action there, and a paid for action there that I need. That's 2, but, well, yeah, I tell you what, you need loads of actions again, don't you? Well, I'm sure the Japanese will have something to do with that, to say about that, sorry. These 2 are covered. This guy is not. Yeah, that was the other thing. I looked up here, when this guy reinforced with a tactical reinforcement, I thought, could I not have got stuff in here? But you just can't. You've not got enough actions to do it. Yeah, I could have moved that guy up into there, but then this space would have been... That space would have took the reinforcement anyway, I think. So, and then if I'd done it there, that would have still went there, so... Right, let's be done with it. Because that's you 30 minutes in, all you've done is weighted some units ashore. Right, let's move on to the event phase. Yeah, because I'm only going to get one part in, and... Yeah, things are going to settle down a bit, work's kicked back in quite a bit, but I'll get here. So I'm going to draw this event and have a little pause, and then have a Japanese fire phase, and then that'll probably be it for this part. So You're happy with the wading the shore? Well, I don't know. Happy? That's... hang on a minute. Oh no, yellow doesn't fit. No, that's fine. Okay, I will leave it like that. That's fine. Right, let's move on to the event phase. Right, I've moved the marker. So now we're on turn 11 this time, remember? So here we go. That could be the second box down. So turn 11. That's a bad card, isn't it? No matter what turn you're on, I think. Japanese counter attack. Not quite sure how that works, but can't be a good thing, can it? Add a depth marker to 2 Japanese units. Yuck. I'll tell you what as well. Remember we were going to look at the first card drawn to see if it was a brown diamond. That was when that tank was sitting here and contemplating barraging this. And we didn't do it because it was a brown diamond, the card just drawn. Well, that's what you would have won, Grant. Whether it was... I don't know. Might have been, because might give this guy a better chance of survival, because he's sitting in intense brown. Oops. Yeah, the light can't maybe over that way, but... and then this guy would have still been sitting there and steady brown, but... yeah, you know what? Who knows? Well, we've done it that way, so there you go. So 2 depth markers, right, that's not good then. So we're looking for coastal positions first, right, that's 1, that's going to get depth, the one that we've just moved and set ourselves up for. I don't think there's anything else adjacent, actually. So let's get 9.2 up anyway. So we do these both once at a time. Well, so choose a Japanese unit closest in the hexes to a US unit. Well, I want to say, well, that's not true. This one's adjacent to the Japanese US unit as well, but it's got depth. And this is the only other Japanese unit adjacent to a US unit. So he's getting a depth marker. That's from the coastal pile. So for sure he's getting that. So now at least, well, again, you do have a Japanese fire phase to come, Grant. But I mean, that seems more worthy now, 12 strength attack on that. Yeah, so we got that on camera. Yeah. So he's getting the first one. And then the next one, could possibly be that, actually. Now, hold on, Grant. Because there's nothing more that's adjacent, apart from one that's got depth. This guy up here is 2 away. Now, this is 2 away, but it's inland. This is coastal. So, coastal comes before inland. This is 2 away in coastal. See, this is 2 away inland, 2 away inland. Tanks don't get anything anyway. Right, so I want to say it's between this guy and this guy up here. Let's just double check. So, Japanese unit closest in the hexes to US unit. 2 or more are equidistant. Choose a unit in position in or adjacent to a beach hex before choosing an inland position. This is adjacent to a beach hex. And this is adjacent to a beach hex. And they're both within 2. And I'll tell you what, did I bring up before, why does it not say just coastal? Well, that you could argue that as well. Because in or adjacent to a beach hex, remember we said this is the only position that's in a beach hex. So there you go, maybe that wording's there for a cover for that. Because I don't believe there's any others. Not that I can see. But I think it could have still said coastal position. And that would have worked. But anyway, so yeah, so it's going to be either this or this before it's going to be like so that it's inland and that it's inland. So it's between that one and that one. I I think I'd probably prefer it to be that one up there, but I don't know, maybe not. So, if there are more than one in the given type, place the death mark in the position with the lowest ID number. Right. Don't know if you'll see this, but that's a 13. So that's kind of unlikely. It looks like it's going to be this one, isn't it? Yeah, that's a 3. So that one, this red position's gone nuts. So nicely timed, just into the extended turns, and this red position can hit 5 things. That's right, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 1 extra. And both this is sitting in red, this is sitting in red. I think that's it. So we're right now in this position that if... Yeah, no, it's fine. If red fires a circle or a diamond, but like I was saying to you, if yellow fires as well and it's a circle, then that means that's getting hit twice. It's horrible. It's not nice at all. Right, I decided to go and take my pause there, so that's me back. So let's just get this Japanese fire phase over with. Yeah, just so we can, just when we moved on to that extended game thing, and it's a hard game, isn't it, to decide what you're... somebody's made a post recently saying this is the best, he thinks this is the best of the bunch of the games, Tarawa. I suppose each has got their own, but they've all got the similar challenges though, haven't they? They're all tough when it comes to things like this. I don't know, yeah, you do kind of feel like Omaha is a bit kinder maybe. But, okay, I don't know. Right, well, this is the one you've got just now, Grant. So, right, let's just get the fire phase over with. I just feel it's going to go kind of wrong. Kind of horribly wrong. Okay, so that's where we're at. Japanese fire phase. Draw a card. Now, remember, they can hit more units. They can dish out one more hat. Our units can take more hats. That's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah, that's bad enough. Okay, anything we don't want... Oh, just draw it, Grant. Here we go. Well, I was going to say brown just as I was drawing it there, because I know our tank's still an intense brown, isn't it? And there you are, brown. And if we took that disruption on... Sorry, I'm not showing you the position. If we'd left that tank there, took the disruption on, that would be disrupted right now. However, this would not be the card we've drawn for the Japanese fire phase, Grant, because that would have been the card you drew for the barrage. So this would have been the event, which does the same thing, funnily enough. There you go, there's Grant sort of like looking back and thinking about the cards and what could have been. So yeah, that would have been the event. I would have done that. So this wouldn't have been the fire card. However, this is the fire card. Double purple with a star. Oh my. Double purple with a star. No, it's okay. Because purple only gets into here. I'll tell you what else. It's not a diamond either. It's a circle. Right. Stop it, Grant. Start at the right. And work your way along. Well, we've got 2 doubles. Double purple, double green. Tell you what, it's not there. Red. We just done all this. So, yeah, that's kind of good. Oh, no. I can't help it. This is double green. It's a triangle. It's steady, innit? Yeah. However, that's the A action. Right, okay. Stop it, Grant. Come on. Back along here. We'll get to it. Right, so we've got the A action and the R action. Oh, wait a minute. I'm assuming this needs to be flipped. Yeah, this is turn 11, so we have the I action as well. Yeah, no blue eye. There you go. I think the I action's a bit rarer, maybe, on the cards. I might be wrong with that. Okay, so let's move on. Right, so hang on. the A action unoccupied. It's not going to work if it's coastal. It will ambush if it's inland. And the R action will do stuff in both, won't it? Might reinforce depending on the zone if it's coastal. Okay. Oh, wicked. Got artillery as well. 5 of any. Well, yeah, we're getting that. We did clear another position out, but I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 that are empty. 4, 5. I want to say we've taken 3. We've destroyed 3. So that's 6. How many is there? 12. Not far away there, eh? It does look like there's only 3. There's 3 L's. There's 1 here that I'd obviously moved away. This one here. And this one here, this is the one we just took out. Remember, there is 12 of them, so that's 3. That takes it down to 9. And then we've got this one, takes it down to 8. This one takes it down to 7. And then this one takes it down to 6. But they only need 5 grand. So yeah, I would have needed 2 more. And I didn't look up the disruption, but you know what? There's no Japanese units disrupted anyway, so artillery's going to fire. Right, okay, let's get the fire phase done. Gonna be here all night. Double purple, that is not. That is a single green, so it's not a double green. That's fine, it's not an empty green. That's a single brown, so actually that wants to... That's not in brown, is it? We looked at this already. What was the other position up here that's missing? I'll maybe mark it with something. That should be in the rat, I think. Hex 1538 should have a red steady fire dot. I think that's the one I marked, isn't it? This one? Yeah. Is that 1538? It is. So I marked that one. I can see that one. It's not a very good marking, but... And then hex 1732 should have a purple steady fire dot. Yeah, I thought it was purple. 1732. It's in here. That's there. I can just see the... you'll probably not see it on the camera. I can see that I've marked it in. Do I have a pen here? I don't think I do. Hang on. No, I've got dry erase markers that I'd got for my the red storm game. I've marked that in all, but at least it's meant to be purple. So where's that? It must be from here, is it? Yeah. Okay. So that should be purple, and then the other one. Yeah, the other one is up here. That it should be A14. Right, I never showed you that, but it doesn't matter. Right, so it's not any of the ones that I was looking at anyway. So, where was I? Yeah, this brown position. It's not nothing in its field of fire. So it's coastal R. But remember, we are on turn 11 now. So these actions change up a bit as well. So coastal R. No. Yeah, sorry. No US units in field of fire. On 1 to 10, it's no action. On 11 plus, it's redeploy, and then it fires. Yeah, man. So it redeploys and fires. Move to an occupied position with the 3x closest to the US unit. Then, if US units in field of fire, then fire. No, surely not. Oh no, you're having a laugh. Really? Is that really what's going to happen? I think it is. Early on when I was in this recording, when I realised we were going at the extended turns and things were going to notch up a gear. I thought, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have started recording this part and just left it till took a wee break because I'm back at work and let it ease off a bit. Then I'll want to come back and play the game and starting. Yeah, applies to coastal positions beginning at turn 11. Occupied inland position and applies to coastal positions beginning at turn 11 with no US units in its field of fire. That's what that is. It is just a single brown as well, isn't it? It's like the other two are doubles and we've got the single brown. The Japanese unit position hex redeploys to an unoccupied position hex within 3 hexes of its current position and closer to the nearest US unit. It's going there. It's going there, Grant. You're not. That's 1, 2, 3 away. It's in communication. It's closer to these units. It's moving here, Grant. And then it's going to fire as well. Because this is turn 11. And there was not more than one position. That's brutal. That's just criminal. So he moves there and he fires twice, okay? Because he's won, but he gets an extra hit. So he's going to hit this guy and disrupt him. K32. K32 takes a hit and becomes disrupted. That's going away. I'm going to turn him round. This signifies 2k hit. Well, you know what? He can take more hits, Grant. What does it matter? Yeah, that's what doesn't matter, I don't think. Because he can take more hits anyway. And if it happens to be artillery. So I'm just going to leave that hero there just so that we show that that's... And then this is an intense purple as well. So this is going to take a hit and become disrupted. That is just absolutely devastating. Because that was intense as well, wasn't it? And what do you do to avoid that, really? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I took that position out, but I mean, well, there was a talk, remember I said that if I hadn't used the tank and then I had a free action after we attacked that, the tank could have moved into that position. But I took the chance and used the tank's fire because if that turned out to be a 4 in there, we worked it out that would have been terrible as well. So that's 2 catastrophic loss units went away as well there with that one hit. Both of them are disrupted. Absolutely devastating. The first thing that's happened in the Japanese action phase. Japanese fire phase. That alone just makes me feel like I must have been getting really lucky in this game. There's that one action right there, and that's just the start of this card. Anyway, okay. Right, moving on. Yeah, because I need to get through this now, Grant. So this wouldn't activate again because it's done its thing, and obviously we're not going to look back here and say, oh, this is empty and within 2. Because this has had an action as well, and you can't look at this again. Somebody made a comment, Michael it was, when I was talking about, yeah, if I took, it's when this position got taken out, and then I was looking to say, could this activate now as an empty position, an ambush? I think it was the A action, and it worked out it didn't matter. He reckons no. I'd like to think no, but I think I'd also like to have some answer to that one. Whether it's been asked before, I might go and look for it. Or whether Martin might make some comment on it, or John Brown maybe, on how he thinks that would work, if he knows for sure. I get the feeling Martin probably have the answer to that one. You know, if they have an action, take that out, and then we're moving along right to left, and then Brown's got an action to maybe, it could be the R action, could be the A action, but before the Michael's view on it was that this was here at the beginning of the turn, beginning of the Japanese fire phase. I did say that, so you know, I'd like to hope that's right, because it does seem kind of brutal, but I'm not so sure though. This game being the way it is, it might be that it does work that way. The other thing you mentioned, Michael, I've not made any comment in reply yet, but I've just not been at the computer, and I hate doing it on my tablet. It's so much easier on the computer. I can cut and paste, copy and paste and whatever. Was I talked about a position being close combat twice in the one turn? Well, you must have picked me. Either you've picked me up wrong there, or I've said it wrong. I'm quite comfortable and quite aware that you can't close combat. Well, hang on. I don't think I was saying that. I know I was talking about barraging twice. Can it be barraged twice? And then we found that answer. It can. I don't think I ever talked about close combating twice, did I? You know what? If I did, I didn't mean to. But anyway, right. I need to move on because this is getting too long, and we're only here. Right. So that doesn't count. Yellow's not on the card. We've got blue, yellow, green up there. We're really only looking for, empty greens. Empty greens or empty browns, but I can't count that, like I've said. Well, this is the double green. With the A action. Right, what does that do? No, that's not inland, that's coastal, isn't it? Yeah, that's coastal, because we eventually got that one worked out. That's a beach hex. So that is a coastal position, and it's an A action. No, I don't think it does have units in its field of fire. No, it doesn't. Well, this could be artillery. Oh no, is that not just inland, Grant? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, A, artillery fire. It's a double green as well, isn't it? If an artillery position hit one US unit, otherwise no action, well, fingers crossed, it's not artillery. Oh, it's not. So that's what it's wanting to do, because it's no US units in its field of fire. Yeah, if an artillery position hit one US unit, otherwise no action. So he's kind of no action. We got away with that. This is blue up here. This is brown with the R action. No US units in field of fire. I just want to redeploy. Ooh, it might. It's an inland position with R. No US units. So redeploy and fire. Just what we've done with this guy, really. But the nearest US unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, that is going to be closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's his closest units. And if he moves 1, 2, 3 into there, he's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Yeah, he's going to redeploy to here. And he would fire, but there's nothing to fire at. So that's fine. Okay. Moving down. This is only single purple. We need double purple. That's yellow. This is brown. And remember, coastals will redeploy now. Does he have units in his field of fire? Don't think so. No, he does not. So, yeah, he wants to redeploy as well, but I don't think he's got anywhere to go. No. That's his closest unit. There's no unoccupied position to move to. Okay, moving on. That's blue. No. Empty green, but it's got to be within 2. Yeah, so not doing anything. This is red up there, nothing doing there. That's brown, but it needs to be within 2, it's empty. Red, this is double red, a double red position group with lots of depth. But red's not in the card. Yellow, so this tank's not. It's the other tank that's going to do something, isn't it? In fact, that's where we're at now. So this tank, and we have a double purple on the card, hitting leaders, and that's what I was scared about at first. But fortunately, if it'd been the yellow one, then yes, well, that's what it took out. But the fact it can dish out 3 hits now, you know, this is vulnerable. And in some ways, I don't know. Right, anyway, double purple can hit leaders, but it just does normal fire. So it can fire to here normally, so it extends. So it can extend into here. Fortunately, this is a diamond and not a circle. So that tank's not doing anything. Right, moving on. I'll do this one first. Well, that's only a single green. However, this is a double green. It's doing the A action, but it has units in its field of fire. So I'm not sure. That's a triangle, so it's in steady fire. It's only that one that's in the green, isn't it? Nothing in the water now, remember? Yeah, just as well it wasn't the circles in it. Yeah, nothing in there. So, well, what does it do? It's A. It's a double... Yeah, it's a double position. It's got the A action, and it's got a US unit in its field of fire. It's coastal. Coastal A. Yeah, it's just going to fire. Oh, that's good then. We scored there then as well. Yeah, so we just do normal fire. This is the only one it's got in its field of fire. And it's a triangle, not a circle. So we get away with that as well. Okay, well, things have went well up. From that start to this, things have went much better, haven't they? Right, let's not get too carried away though, Grant. So that was that. That's red, not happening. Single purple here, so not happening. Empty brown, but not within 2. Single purple. Yellow, not on the card. Yeah. And then coming along. Yeah, I knew this was happening, didn't I? So this is, yeah, I've done that. Green, empty, not within 2. This is in red, so in good, not happening. This is only a single purple. However, this is a double brown. We're only needing a single brown, to be honest, with the R action. So what is it? Coastal, and it has US units in its field of fire. R. So we'll place a death marker if none, and then it would fire as well, because we're on the turn 11. So yeah, it's going to take this tank out. That's annoying. Yeah, because you could have had that disrupted, Grant. Doesn't reach brown there. It does reach brown here, but no leader symbol, so it does take that tank out though. So that'll be that. And that might be it, although there might be some redeployment maybe. That's red, that's blue not in the card, that's yellow not in the card, and then up the top we've got brown with the R, so that wants to redeploy. Remember, even if it's coastal, it will do it. So, no yes units field of fire, redeploy. Yeah, it can only move to here though, Grant, can it? It's got to be within 3. That's clearly getting closer to its nearest US unit, so it's going to move from there to there. Ooh, that's interesting. Aye. Now, there's a question then. Has that reduced their artillery? Or would you count that at the start of the Japanese fire phase? Because that almost matters. Well, let's see if there's another one, does it? Because would that not count them up? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 that are unoccupied, and we've got 3 that we've taken 3. That's 7, and there's only 12, so that does leave 5 still. Well, actually, I maybe should have a look at the positions that I'm in. I think I would have known if I'd taken another one, to be honest. Yeah, I would. I would know if I'd taken another one. Yeah, stop it, Grant. So there is still 5, but curious to know that because that was occupied at the start of the Japanese fire phase, does that count towards their artillery? I'll leave that one there. Double green, well, that's only a single green, so that one's not going to do anything, and that'll be that. And I'm going to just say they've got artillery fire, yes. Well, they have. Now remember, the artillery fire they don't get 2 hits with that or anything. So it's only their actual units. So artillery fire, here. So choose a non-HQ unit with the target symbol. So it's a circle we're looking for. You just know this is going to be bad. In a beach approach hex, well, none of them. In the water, none of them. In a beach hex. So do we have a circle in the beach hex? Yes, we do. I think this guy's taking a hit. Oh, no, please not. He's going to lose his range. Oh, come on. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, I don't really want to take on that guy either, but if I've got a choice, maybe. So, let's see priorities. If you need to select from among units within one of these priorities, select the unit with the most steps, and that's why I'm looking at these guys with 3 steps, obviously. It needs to have the symbol, it needs to have the circle. If a choice still remains, you choose. So is it only the 2? Diamond, triangle. That's not in a beach hex. No, it is a beach hex we're looking for. Yeah. So I've got this guy here. I can't target the smaller ones. It's got to be something with 3 steps. I've got this guy here. That's kind of tough, actually, isn't it? Actually, he's not in a beach hex. That tank. Yeah, these are all just 2 steps, so it's got to be between one of them. Right, let's try and weigh this up then. I've got to feel like it's probably going to be this guy, yeah, because if I drop D1-2 it loses its range, yeah? So D1-2 becomes that. So it cannot help out this attack. I mean, this guy is 5 strength with a hero attacking this, which isn't doubled, but does have depth. So, whereas that would be like 12 strength attacking it. And I don't think that gets reduced from being at range. I think it's only if the palm trees are in the way. So, and then the other guy, C1-2, becomes a 3 strength. That's the play, isn't it? Because at least if we want to make this attack, we've still got 10 strength. Well, in fact, you could possibly have some tank support as well, making it to 12 if you wanted to. I was considering maybe attempt to barrage one of the tanks with that, but you need the diamond and the colour for that. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to take it on this. It won't be disrupted as well, though, so if I take the hit on that guy, then at least that's still a plausible attack, and it keeps that attack kind of sweet, doesn't it? And we take the hit on that guy, yeah. Okay, we still do have some 3-step units out there. There's a 4-stepper and a 3-stepper, yeah. So we're still in the game. Still in the game. Well, yeah, shame about the artillery because, this was devastating. But after that, it ended up probably not so bad. I can't remember what else happened. Oh, we lost our tank, didn't we? That was the only other thing. Yeah, so we've only got 2 tanks left, and they're both one-steppers. Yeah, but I mean, look at this. I mean, these guys are disrupted too, right? So all they're going to be able to do is undisrupt. Can we? No, we can't even do that. I can't even barrage this because it's an inland position. He is sitting in purple as well, but that was wrong. I was wrong. That shouldn't be allowed. Well, I suppose these are some of the things you've got to think about. That's why these guys that know the game better probably need to think. You'll think into these things, and probably the guys that have won at this game, I'll say, right, if I leave that position open, that can do that and devastate my. But what could I do there? Did I do something wrong? What would you have done? Should I took the chance and not attack with the tank, and then I would have still then had to use an action on a tank to move it into there. But I think it's all a bit if this happens, if that happens, isn't it? Right. Okay. Well, it's happened. So that was a Japanese fire card. Nasty piece of work. Well, like I said, it started terrible and probably finished kind of bad with artillery, but in between, it probably is okay. So we've got a chance to do something. Again, I think we're probably needing more actions than we've got. Yeah, and the two guys over here that are just going to undisrupt are the guys with heroes as well, which makes it worse. I want to say, is it Ryan can move, can't he? Can he? Can I move Ryan? Actually, I'm not that sure. Maybe it's the other way about. Maybe you've got to move in beside him. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So we'll come back, maybe tomorrow, to a second event. This will happen this time. So it wasn't a good first event. It wasn't really a great fire card, I don't think. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and I'll be back with the next part sometime soon. Okay, cheers.